nice week. I meant to come on here the other day. We were going to do an interview with Melody Allen, but she had to work a double shift. So there's a few subjects that I want to talk about. The first one, I guess, would be geared more towards women. Well, I guess the say is in single people altogether. I'm talking about do not waste your time. Do not waste your time. And I just had to share that with you guys because I am 48 years old, dang near 50. And sometimes I think about I've wasted a lot of time with people in relationships. I'm going to share the stream right now. Have you ever wasted time in relationships? I'm not really mad about it. I took much time going through that experience. I wish I would have avoided the I wish I would have avoided the entire episode or the entire ordeal by seeing the first red flag and just dodging the situation altogether. You know, a lot of times they say there's red flags and we just ignore them. It is so true. And sometimes we are influenced by the wrong people. I've had friends around me before that told me to date people that I knew they were no good for me, and I was just young and naive and maybe just wanted some type of affection or, you know, someone to spend time with, and I would have been smarter if I would have just got a hobby instead of dating some of these people. My friends gave some of the worst advice ever. They would be like, they would dismiss if they went to jail or they went to prison. Some of my friends, and I look back and I'm like, what kind of friends did I have that tried to make it seem like it's okay if a guy is in prison or jail? Why the hell would anyone in their right mind want to date someone in prison or jail? They're going to be sitting there for months or years. They cannot help you. They're not physically there. So why would you tell your friend it's okay to date someone like that? And why are they in jail or prison? They're there because they broke the law. So if they broke the law, they probably have a criminal record. They're not going to be able to get a decent job. They're not going to be making a lot of money. They won't be able to help you financially. They won't be able to provide a house or home or take you on vacations or anything like that. So your friends tell you to date these types of people. You need to find new friends. You need to find someone else to date. I wish I would have never talked to some of the people I've dated or talked to. Some of them were just a big waste of time. Some of them I wasted years on. And they repeat the same cycle. They do the same thing over again. You're back to square one. And there goes 3 years of your life, 5 years of your life. So not worth it. So, singles and divorcees, if you see someone like that, if you have friends that are giving you the wrong advice, steer clear of those friends. I wish I would have got rid of some of my friends in the first place. But maybe it goes back to poor parenting. Because a parent would have told me, do not date anyone like that. Do not date no one who looks like a hoodlum. Someone who went to jail, doesn't have a steady job, doesn't have an education. That's what your friends and family members should be telling you. Do not date anyone like that. So if you guys see a red flag, don't even deal with that person. You don't want to look back at your life and be like, oh my God, I wasted a decade of my life waiting for someone to change who never ever changes. If they just get worse, honestly. If someone's abusive, one of the instructors or leaders came and talked to us about that subject, and I asked her, do they ever change? She said, no, they get worse. So if someone's abusive, don't sit there for a month. Don't sit there for a year, because it's going to just get worse. They're going to destroy your entire life. You'll have bruises, scratches, be embarrassed, your car's damaged, all kinds of different things. Lose jobs behind these people, lose friendships. Family members might not even talk to you because of certain people you date. So they're abusive. Get out as soon as possible. I'm trying to help these young people out, because evidently our parents are not giving us the real. They're not telling us, like, avoid these fools. And the women, too. Some of the women are abusive, too. I've seen some women abuse their partner and their kids. So if either one of us abusive, leave that situation. Let me see. How are some other people, who are some other people that waste our time? I think those are two of the main ones. They're in jail or prison, avoid them. They're abusive, avoid them. If they have no plans for the future, avoid them. If they're like sitting at the club or the bar and they are like damn near 50 years old, why waste time with them? Like, they're gonna spend the rest of their lives sitting at the bar or club. Like, they're probably an alcoholic. Why else would they be at the bar or the club at 50 years old, like every weekend? If they're over there flirting with women while you're standing there, why would you give them another chance? It shows right there that they're disrespectful. If they're talking to females like right in front of your face while you're talking to them, they're messaging other girls, like the girls are hitting them up like in their DMs or things like that. If they have female friends that they never introduced you to, but yet they're communicating with them like through phone calls, text messages, DMs, but they never introduced them to you, that person is no good and they're a waste of your time as well. I'm just letting you guys know because I feel like I've wasted my time with a lot of people, hoping that they would change, kind of like looking the other direction to not deal with the situation. But if you're young and you hear what I'm talking to you about, hopefully you do not repeat the same patterns that I have, the same mistakes that I have. Don't go down the route that I have. Do not waste years of your time on people that are just no good for you. If you guys are watching, in the comment section, let me know who has wasted your time. Hey, women waste time too. Sometimes we just string you along for food, food and dates, and really have no plans of staying with you or dating you too. So yeah, look out for women like that. A lot of us are guilty of that. Well, sometimes we're just trying to see what you guys are about. If you guys aren't about anything, then we move on. If you are, then we might spend some time with you. But there is women out there who just go out on dates because they want a free meal. So I suggest you guys talk to these people before you even ask them out on a date to see where their mind's at. And also, like, if they're in a relationship or they're out of relationship or they're in between relationships. I've been there, done that. I've had that happen to me as well. I would ask people, are you still dating or seeing the mother of your kids? They would say no, and they really were still seeing them. Sometimes they even live with them. So do your research, you guys, and try to like get out of those situations as soon as possible if you see they're not going the same direction that you would like to go. Let me think. How else have people wasted my time when dating in relationships? I've just seen a lot of disrespectful people when dating, and I've been disrespectful at times too, and sometimes I still do, so I have to check myself well, because I have to look like, would I want someone doing that? So I have some issues my own self, like I think we all do. So we got to work on ourselves and be the person that we would want to date. You got some issues within yourself, you got to fix them. I'm trying to think of some other ways that people have wasted my time in dating and relationships. I think to me those are some of the big main ones. Make sure you find someone that you're compatible with. Like if they like to go out all the time and you're like a homebody, I don't know how that's really going to work. Unless you guys are okay with that type of lifestyle. One person stays home, the other one's out in the streets and stuff. For me, I don't really want that. I don't trust that type of situation. Oh, and another thing that I've noticed, wasting your time. Sometimes you shouldn't even date people if they're a different religion as you. Hate to say it. Some people, I mean, if you guys can and you come to some type of agreement or understanding, but I've noticed when I've dated someone that does not have the same belief system as me, it's like a lot of unnecessary arguments. So I think you guys should really talk to people, especially like if they're in different, they have different religious um, beliefs than you. And uh, because I've been online and there's guys that tell you that you're not going to get married because you don't do this and that. Like for me, like I think it's nice to get married, but that is not like the main goal in my life. That's not like my only goal in life, and I don't feel like that's how you measure a woman whether she's married or not. Like, or if a woman cooks and cleans the house, that isn't the measurements of a woman. Anyone could do that simple shit. Anyone could pick up a cookbook and make a meal if they know how to read. Anyone could fold some damn clothes. But can these people write like 10-page papers? Can they do research for hours? You know, you have to like decide what type of person you want. Do you want a domesticated woman? All she does is cook and clean. Like I prefer, like I think anyone should prefer a person who has like headstrong and intelligent, because cooking and cleaning is so basic. What if you have like a legal issue? Wouldn't you prefer to have a woman who can maybe do some research or get some.
Sorry, I can't show the result to you while you're in the car.
Uh-oh, Siri. Yeah, I would prefer someone who can help me besides just folding a damn blanket or cooking a fried egg or something. I would prefer to be with someone who can actually help me in my day-to-day life or with all my different obstacles. So you guys think long and hard about who you are dating and do not waste your time with people that are not on the same page as you. Hey, you guys, welcome in. Today I'm talking about do not waste your time. And I've talked about do not date people. Oh, I didn't talk about people on drugs. That's another one. People with drugs and addictions. If you can, do not date them at all. I mean, a lot of these people that have addictions, whether it be to alcohol or drugs, they've been like that for years. And sad to say, like, they're going to be like that for another decade. I've seen people that were on drugs come back 7 years later and they're still on drugs. Some people do, like, they change their lives around, but we don't know when that's going to be. Do you really want to sit there for 2 years of your life hoping that someone's going to change their life? Do you think they're really going to change for you? Some of these addictions are so strong. So if I were you, I'd advise you find out if someone's on drugs or alcohol and just avoid them altogether. Like it's a lot of heartache and frustration and anger and mood swings and all that stuff. If you guys can avoid those type of people, do not waste your time. Look at all these different ways people waste your time. If you want to have kids and they don't want to have kids, like why are you even dating them? Like you guys are on two different pages. Like these are things that you guys should talk about before you get in a relationship. Before you waste years of your life just hoping someone would change. A lot of times they will not change. You got to change the situation and get out of it. So that's my message for the day. I will be back later this week talking about prenups.
Something went wrong. Please try again.
Sorry, you guys, it's because I'm touching my Siri phone. Have a nice evening. Leave in a comment section who has wasted your time. How did they waste your time? Because I have a long list of people that have wasted my time. So try to make better choices, you guys, when you're out there dating people. Oh, don't waste your time waiting for someone to call you either. If they don't call you, they're probably calling someone else or kicking it with somebody else or dating someone else. That's what my friend told me, an older lady. She says if a guy leaves for a certain amount of time and then he tries to come back, it's because he went and dated some other girl. It didn't work out, so he came back to you. That's what she told me. So that kind of stuck with me. I don't know if that's necessarily true in all situations. There could be like other things going on, like people are busy with work, or they could be ill, they could be injured, all kinds of different things. But when she told me that, I did listen. Why would they take off for a while and then all of a sudden come back? I don't know. I'll let you guys think about that. Hopefully you guys have a nice dinner. Leave some comments. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I love emojis. You guys can drop some broken hearts in the comment section. And put a watch too, since we do not want people to waste our time. Young people, do not let these guys waste your time. Fellas, do not let these women waste your time or your money. Bye for now.